What's going on?
The mansion's under attack. We need to help. Some villains broke in and started killing everyone. I barely made it. Hurry, we have to help the guards fight off the attackers or we'll all be cut down one by one.
Enemy approaching.
Hello, and welcome back, my friends, to Pathfinder Kingmaker. Alright, so, as you can see, we're getting right into it. Moving on from last time, where we finished the banquet, now we're being assaulted by assassins. You know, as is the trope in these type of situations. I have a studded leather armor on, so we're going to change into this chainmail I just picked up. And we're running around with a heavy mace, a light shield, and a scythe on our back. And I'll go ahead and switch to my scythe, because that's more fun. Alright, so, we are in the primary action state for the game now. I enjoy using tab to see what I can interact with. We already fought our first enemy, and we are going to run this like any good murder hobo. Lindsay there just told me to follow her, but we're murder hobos, so we are looting all the things. The assassins are already here. Follow me, quickly. Okay, but again, there's dead bodies to loot. So we're going to loot them because the few 3 or 4 gold pieces that they have will be very helpful to us, including these books. Alright. Moving forward. They've got someone. We have to help. Look, they're running. Get them. And what shall I do with this one? We'll finish it later.
We will be victorious.
We won't be getting away anyways. Alright. So, the combat system in this game likes to try and flow pretty real-timey. You can also pause it to make selections. So, we're going to use... Well, I can't control Lindsay, I don't believe. Nope. So, not at the moment. She's not in my party.
This should do it.
So, she's going to attack this guy. I'm going to attack the other guy. And I'm going to miss the other guy.
You're just in time. A bit longer and I'd have been... Whew, I don't even want to think about it. Can you imagine what a terrible loss this would have been? But it's all right now. I'm safe, sound, and unscathed, ready to lead you to victory.
Alright, Purple Mick, Evil
Lady
Pants.
Jamandi's holding the line in the banquet hall. You know, the one where she had us gathered before. We need to make our way to her. And along the way, we'll try to save some of these dummies who are supposed to accompany us to the stolen lands. Speaking of dummies, take this ring. Quiet now, so that little fool doesn't hear us. She might try to steal it herself. It's magical. It'll protect you. You'll need it while you work to defend me.
Alright, and Tartusio actually has given us our first piece of magical equipment. It is a Ring of Protection, +1. So, we'll go ahead and wear that. As you can see, Lindsay and Tartusio are now in my party, so I can select them, and I can give them equipment. But Tartusio, taking away his crossbow, because he's a jerk. That crossbow will be worth like 5 gold pieces at some point. And I think I forgot to loot these bodies of the assassins. I did. Your knives. Okay, so then we move right along. We've got 3 guys now. The computer AI is actually pretty good in this game. Most of the time, if they have like, if a wizard has 0 level spells, they'll try and cast them, which is pretty cool.
Anything is possible.
They won't
Serves you
use
right.
Time's not waiting.
spells unless you tell them to.
calculated
That
risk.
they don't get back
Can you make an epic
immediately.
pose?
So.
I need inspiration.
Oh, yeah. This was not part of
And
the
I have
plan.
fallen for the first time. But I have a bard, and she can heal. Tertutio. Let's jolt this assassin bowman.
Can we retreat now?
Oh, he actually acid splashed. Alright, I'm back up.
This would
So,
hurt.
as long as you don't take a serious wound, you can get back up from being dropped.
This was not supposed to happen.
And Tertutio, I don't care about, so he can keep his 0 hit points. We'll take all of these potions. Now, with that being said, oh, you have potions. Give me that. Your companions also will not use their consumables that are here. I'm going to put this in my consumables bar. And that way they are accessible during combat. Okay. And did I miss anything in that room? I did not. So moving right along, I have some empty doors here. Empty, I mean openable. Alright. Grab the hide armor. Okay, we'll collect all of this stuff. I think one of the really cool things in this are some of your decisions, even in this very
All
training
according to
chapter,
plan.
can be used as role-playing situations, which we're going to come to one of those decisions here soon. Although, the decision's kind of made up for you.
Blood for Gorum!
Oh, and this is Amiri. Since she's named, you know that she's an important character. And as far as I know, she'll be
Leader,
joining
charge
me
forwards. Hey, wait for me.
for most of my fighting. Mostly because
Let's
she's
try
just a
this
really
way.
good tank. So, Tertutio, stay back.
Leave this to me.
Oh, it's you. Stay up from under my feet or I'll strike you down. Blood for Gorum!
Barbarians.
I think that's exactly how heroes should be.
What, stupid, sweaty, and always looking for something to gobble up or lop the head off of? Calistria, save me from such heroes.
You don't really have the... Oh, no, Tertutio, you don't get to loot. But you don't really get the room to speak. Hey, cutscene! There they are, the assassins! This is your last chance. Drop your weapons and we'll spare your lives. So generous. I'm afraid I can't offer you the same courtesy. Hey, you ugly mug. Get them. What in the hell's name is that? That is a frost giant. And he stepped on one of his companions and then froze 3 others. And as any... Oh, I guess he knocked down something too. But as any good heroes,
In due time.
do not leave the opportunity for loot. We'll take all of that. Sorry, guard, but we might need your stuff, so we'll take that. And yes, the frost giant, as he trounced through this entrance hall, has blocked the passage. And that leads to the assembly hall where we need to get to. So now we have to make our way through. Okay, and then, so here, we have a locked door that we can't get through. But this is a skill check.
Anything else?
And as long as you have somebody who can pass the skill check,
Our victory
you'll
is
do whatever
certain.
the action
Just
seems to
die already!
This should do it.
You, hack. Just have some splash. Or miss.
Time to get my hands dirty again!
Okay. Now, Tertutio can
That is
loot
not
because
far.
it doesn't go to his inventory, it goes to the party inventory. So it's not that big a deal. Just don't want to give Tertutio anything because,
Applause, please.
well, he's obviously evil. Armory, armory. gonna collect everything in the armory. And only because I need that. You can't proceed forward until you have that. So let's refix my inventory. I'll go ahead and put on some heavier armor. And I think I'm good with everything else. You'll notice that up here in the corner, my party is encumbered. It doesn't really do anything in the difficulty setting that I have on this game, in this type of map. What it means, though, is I can't leave any area while I'm encumbered like that, but we'll fix that today. Now, remember what I was saying about role-playing opportunities. Here's one.
What have we here? This chest is full of gold. I guess it's for the guards' salaries, all things considered. Well, those freeloaders don't seem to have been working too hard for it. Maybe we should pocket it instead.
What? No, we're heroes, not thieves.
Who said we were stealing it? We'll just take the gold for safety so the assassins don't get it. And then we can heroically return it to Jamandi when this is all over.
Okay, so knowing where this part of the story goes, I've never actually taken the gold because I haven't been playing an evil character. But, yeah, this is not something I'm going to do. I'm not really playing an evil character. I'm just playing a neutral guy. Stealing from a sword lord in her own mansion? She'd have our heads.
How would she know it was us and not the assassins? Unless someone planned on telling her.
And he's throwing aspersions to others. His actions would be that.
Don't drag me into this. You do what you want, but I'm not taking a single coin.
Okay, yeah, we're not taking a single coin. Mostly because Tartushia is going to try and get us in trouble. And again, I've never taken the gold yet. I'll have to at some point just to kind of see if I can weasel my way out of it.
Oh, familiar faces. I hope you're not so frightened as to swing at every shadow. It's me, Jathal. I don't recommend advancing down the hallway, assuming you value your life, of course. There were a few people with me, and you can see what happened to them.
And just how did they all end up dead while you don't seem to have a scratch?
I'll answer but briefly and just once. Further scares and explanations will wait until we aren't being hunted by a group of assassins. Deal? All right. I'm undead. These traps are deadly to the living, but they're harmless to me.
What do you mean, undead? Really? Like zombies or skeletons or...
As I said, further explanations will wait until later. All you need to know right now is that we're on the same side, and we have to fight off a small army of hired assassins. Let's get to it.
Okay, and Jathal here is actually another companion. She
I see
is
something.
evil, but she's my kind of evil. She's just an undead chick, and she is an inquisitor of the goddess Urgatho, who is basically Pathfinder's version of Hela, except that she is the goddess of undead, where Hela kind of hates the
Please.
undead, but that's neither here
Would
nor
you look
there.
at that?
Just the physical description is that similar to Hela from Norse.
Anything else?
Alright.
I see something.
Traps. One thing I do like about in this game is if you disable traps, you
Applause,
do get a
please.
little bit of experience for them, depending on how powerful the trap was. That's always welcome. I haven't yet seen if you're able to recover traps and sell them off, but that would be cool if you were.
As
Okay.
it should be.
What are you dallying for? I'm telling you, Johnny's cash has to be here somewhere. Well, hurry it up before... Stop! Someone's coming!
You put a footnote in our story.
Unworthy.
Lindsay, get back. You are not a frontline fighter. Or Tartushio. You also get back. But we have two scythe wielders and two spellcasters. So this gives us a little side quest. I'm going to put these two down this room. Now I'm going to fumble around with this for a minute, just trying to get the right combinations. But the guard was correct. There is a secret cache. Actually, there's two secret caches. And all you have to do is play a little bit of a puzzle game. You need all the swords to be facing the same direction. So, oops. Okay, you guys can deal with these two. Lindsay,
was
go
called
ahead and deal
forth.
with this one.
Request.
Okay, so if you get them all up, this one opens. With that being said,
What troubles you?
if you can get them all down as well.
I wrote it like I saw it.
Like I said, you just kind of got to play with them until it works. And there we go. I got both caches open. And that actually took me far less time than I was thinking it was going to. We'll take all of this stuff. Now, I kind of wish that there was a scene where we explained rooting around Jamandi's secrets. But Tartuccio doesn't try and get us in trouble for this, so no worries there. Alright. Select my entire party, make sure I looted everything, looks like it, and we'll proceed forward.
In due time.
Open the door, and we head outside into the courtyard. You can see there's been a fight. I'll go ahead and
Just letting
put
me try.
Enlighten me.
these two into attacking.
I am prepared.
You have my attention. You cannot stand against me.
Okay, they have their own little archer, but we'll deal with that shortly. Everybody
Wretched
move forward.
things.
And hey, we have another named character.
Everything is so much fun with a little fire. What a night, huh? I thought I was all alone. It's good you're here. A bit boring, chasing fool assassins without anyone watching the show.
It's not fun at all. Many people have died for nothing.
Let's go ahead and use my knowledge of the world. You sound like a Kelishite, am I right?
Of course. I'm from Kadira. But tales of hot deserts and shady oases can wait until the fighting's finished. But if you'd like to share a dinner and pleasant conversation, just say the word. I like making new friends.
I definitely would be up for that, but there are assassins on the prowl. We have to go.
I don't know where you're heading, but I'll be at the entrance to the main hall. I think I saw some guards there. Join me there, if you wish.
Okay. More corpses on the floor here. It's not easy to wash out blood, you know. Here is Harum. We will be getting to him in just a second. Alright, so whenever you come into an area, when you get close to things, there are certain hidden things. They'll come out outlined in purple until you interact with them.
All according to plan.
And we found another secret room. This one has a ring and a sword. Ooh, a masterwork longsword. Okay, and that's all there was to that. You can also tell...
Brutus, I can sense your silhouette hovering over me. It won't be much longer. Soon we shall meet, O Lord of Oblivion.
Aren't you being a bit premature? Look at yourself. You've barely got a scratch.
That's impossible. Oh, it seems you might be right. Yeah, it seems I will live. I suppose I must postpone meeting my god. Not for long, I'm sure. But while we remain in this transient world, Arim is at your service.
And Harem is a cleric. He's a nice cleric. Oh, I forgot to loot bodies. What am I doing? That is unforgivable for a D&D character. We must loot. And as you can see, now that we've added 2 more characters to our party, we're no longer encumbered. And what I was about to say is if you notice these statues, these are images of the god of the wilds, Erastil. Moving forward, I don't think there's any. There might be something over here. Can't remember. Something hidden. Nope. But as you can see, the frost giant left the door intact, but he knocked some rubble in the way, so we can't get through that way. We have another named gentleman.
You, run and get an axe. You, bring more water. You, stay here and hold our defense. Those assassins are still around here somewhere.
Oh, that's interesting. Whenever I play this game, Keston Gare's portrait is the one that I've chosen, so they've chosen a different one. That's interesting.
Aha! Some of our guests survived. Good. You need to get to the banquet hall and help Lady Jamandi.
Who are you?
Keston, House Gares, a fighter in the service of Sword Lord Jamandi Aldori. Right now, I'm in charge of the mansion guards. As you can see, there's a lot to do.
If I were a rich and influential lady like Jamandi, I'd also get myself a manly captain of the guard. Or 2.
I like KSE. I have not found her in the game yet, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. But, yeah, let's keep on going. Do you need help putting out the fire?
No, we'll manage. I've got my best people here, those who still live. Your place is by Lady Aldori's side.
It doesn't seem right. What if some of the guards are wounded? We need to help them.
We'll go immediately.
Fire doesn't frighten me, thanks to hell's blood running in my veins. I'll go ahead and wait for you on the other side. Catch up!
Alright, and because she's a tiefling, she's
May
immune to fire.
Abadar keep you safe.
Okay, so now one of the more interesting aspects of this game is going to happen as soon as I run into this burning fire. We have storybook episodes, and as our adventurers started earlier, and much more tragic than we'd expected, the whole team who gathered in the hall yesterday had been reduced to but a handful of brave souls, led by Kigro. Not at all by that scoundrel Tartuccio, no matter what he might have imagined of himself. Jamandi Aldori was waiting for us, but to get to her, we'd have to march through fire, literally. As we approached the burning building, the first thing I do is drench myself in buckets of water. Prudence is the key to victory. Before moving through the fire, we thoroughly wet our clothes and hair. After that, we cover our noses and mouths before we rush inside. It was a good thing we hadn't wasted any time. After entering the building and taking just a few steps forward, the wall behind us slanted and crashed down with a terrible crackling sound, blocking the way back. While we may not have planned on going back, if we'd come in a little later, the flaming logs and red-hot bricks would have fallen right in our hands. Regardless, we were left with only one way to go. The hot air burned our lungs, and our eyes watered from the smoke, but Kigro led us stubbornly through the flames, while Tartuccio did nothing useful at all. We'd made it to the hallway leading to the banquet hall, when we heard someone calling for us. It was Valerie, one of the guards I'd chatted with a bit in the banquet hall. Even then, in the calm setting, I'd been stunned by her beauty, but now amid the smoke and flame she looked like a celestial avenger, an armored deity, menacing but beautiful and merciful, descending from the higher spheres to help us poor mortals. She held a burned, barely living guard in her arms. "There are 2 more," she shouted as she passed by us. "They are wounded. Help me pull them out." Tartuccio grumbled something about how Jamandi was waiting for us. Meanwhile, Kigro... As much as, like I said, I'm not going to play a necessarily super goody-goody, I will choose some evil things every now and again. I like having Valerie on my side, so I rush to save the guards from the fire. Oh, we failed the athletics check, which sucks, but Saving the poor fellows was harder than it had seemed. We inhaled a lot of smoke and burned ourselves more than once before managing to pull them away from the fire. Only then did Valerie pause to catch her breath and wipe the sweat from her face. Thank you, that was truly noble of you, she said. And now let us rush to Lady Aldori's aid. Ensuring the guards we rescued were relatively safe, we made our way to the hall, where the battle was already in full swing. Alright, so we did get hurt there a little bit. But if you do that and you make the athletics check, I believe you don't get hurt and you get a little bit of experience. So, but that is another of the consequence points that I was talking about earlier. Sorry, brain farted there. I guess I forgot to loot somebody. So whenever you leave an area, if you have unlooted stuff sitting around, you can just collect it all, and then we'll leave. And now we rush into the large fleet. Reinforcements are already on the way. Say your prayers, scum. Alright, so while they're focused on that, I don't think we can get through this barrier, so we're going to take on everybody on the outside. So,
Ready for anything.
Physical attacker.
Adventures call
I
to them.
want
Serves you right.
to fight the channeler.
You have my attention.
Jathiel hits an assassin.
I don't tolerate fools.
Tartuccio has a Burning Hands spell, so I'm going to put him
Patience is
here.
running thin.
Grotus awaits us.
We have Harim
Give
and
the order.
Valerie. We'll
Let
go
us
after
strike
the
as one.
Alright, so we've set everybody to do their tasks, and let's see how it goes.
Enemy approaching.
Letting you out of our story.
Okay, Tartuccio is the only one who did not make his way.
Not dead yet.
Okay, I'm going to do my thing. Oh yeah, I channel negative energy. So, I can't heal everybody, which is fine. I also cannot choose to heal anybody that way. So, yeah. I forgot. I'm playing a necromancer. Well, that's okay.
Calculated risk.
We'll get to it. Tartuccio, Burning Hands, get closer.
This was
Okay.
not part of the plan.
But Harim is down, so both of my clerics are down now. Tartuccio, go ahead and do that again, please. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep spamming Burning Hands. Okay, that's enough of that. I'm gonna move out of the way now, and we are going to
This body holds no more.
go for light spells. A magic missile or two. No, I think I can get one more Burning Hands without hitting anybody. Nope, Jathiel just got in the way, so change that spell.
Can't be over.
Not. Okay. That's got everybody down. Once again, once you finish a fight, anybody who's still not super dead gets back up, which is thankfully useful. And before I talk to Jamandi, murder hobo time. That. All of that. Whatever this dude has. Okay, not much, but you know, it's still useful. And we speak with Miss Jamandi Aldori.
Thank you for your valor and bravery. The enemy was strong, but you were stronger, and that means I made the right choice. Just as I thought, there were worthy leaders among you. I'm especially grateful to them for the courage and common sense they showed while defending the mansion. But this attack means we have even less time than I thought. Someone already knows of our plans and is acting against us. You'll begin your expedition immediately.
Lady Aldori, please, I know who arranged this attack. The vile king of Pitax, Iroveti. What's more, I know who among us works for him. Hey, you! Show everyone the ring you're wearing. You think I wouldn't recognize Iroveti's seal? That's why he wasn't killed. The bandits recognized him as one of their own by this signet ring.
And if you guys remember, Tartuccio's the one that gave me the ring, but we'll use diplomacy. Tartuccio's trying to set me up. He's the one who gave me this ring.
In the middle of the attack, he took off the very ring that would guarantee his safety just to set you up. Possible, but not convincing.
It's rare that I fail that diplomacy check, but okay.
There's definitely a spy among us. But who? All I have is one word against another. I'm afraid you're both under suspicion.
They both came to your aid, Lady Jamandi. But a liar's cunning knows no bounds. I've never met these two or their companions. For all I know, they're all conspiring spies.
How could you say that? We fought together. We literally went through fire together. And then you vanished into thin air. After you promised you'd wait.
My words might be rash.
I bet my life despise anyone but this man. I saw how he dealt with those creeps with my own eyes. A true warrior. I'd go with him through hell and high water. This purple crook, on the other hand, he's got the eyes of a spy, and the mug of a spy!
And the spy of a spy. Wait.
Lady Aldori, don't listen to this thick-headed barbarian. She doesn't know what she's talking about. During the attack, our leader showed his true colors. He forced us to break into the armory and rob it.
Alright, so this is actually one of the best places. Whether or not you make the diplomacy check, the diplomacy check is for Lady Aldori to see if she believes you or if she thinks you're the spy. But you can either have a lawful statement or a chaotic statement. Using whichever one you choose selects your one of your first companions, but I will go with lawful. Forgive me for my trespass. In my defense, we were in the middle of battle and in dire need of weapons.
An attack is no reason to break into rooms in someone else's house and pocket their property.
Except you kept the only key to get through the door. Fucking whatever it is. Apparently, this is not going to be my game of skills.
That was a sound decision. Sometimes one must act at one's own risk and peril until crossing the boundaries of what is allowed. Showing initiative is no crime.
Valerie is lawful neutral.
It is insane when faced with death to stop and question whether you may be breaking some law or rule. Even more insane would be to ask forgiveness for making the right decision. Sorry, but your words display a lack of wisdom.
Harem is chaotic neutral, so I made good with Valerie, but I made poor with Harem.
What about that trick he pulled right before we came in here? He knew very well you were fighting the enemy, but instead of rushing to help you, he dallied as long as he could, dropping everything to save people from the fire, even though the guards were handling things just fine. He was obviously hoping to show up too late and find you already dead.
So this one selects your next party member. If you go with good, you get Lindsay. If you go with evil, you get Jathel. I think I'm gonna go with the neutral good approach and watch me fail this diplomacy check wonderfully.
Really, Tartuccio? You're seriously trying to blame someone for saving people from a fire?
And that's what you get when you succeed at a check. You get some experience, and it says you did an action.
May Shellen spare me from ever having to make such a choice, but he behaved decently as a true leader.
A true leader is someone who has their priorities straight, not someone who would put a valuable ally's life in danger for the sake of some servant.
Enough squabbling. I'm still not sure which of you I can trust. However, the risk of entrusting the whole affair to a spy is too great. Here's what we'll do. 2 teams will head out. That way, I'll know at least one group can be counted on to serve my interests in the stolen lands.
Lady Aldori, most of those who were to set off for the stolen lands have been killed. Those who yet live will require help. Please allow me to join the expedition.
I'm sad to lose such a talented warrior. But you're right, Valerie. They have greater need of you right now. Go, and may Abadar keep you. Which of the 2 teams would you prefer to accompany?
If my leader allows, I would join his team. He seems a worthy commander in my eyes.
I take Valerie because she is a son of a bitch if you have to fight her later.
Commanders, military leaders, all these laws and rules are but dust and vanity. I suppose I will accompany Tortuccio.
That and Harim is much easier to convince to join your side.
Our leader is good in battle, but I don't like all the spiritual agonizing. I prefer those who can act without wasting time helping every little pipsqueak.
You
Those
know I'm a
like
necromancer
Tortuccio.
too, right?
Ugh, Tartuccio's going to take the credit for himself and be done with it. Shellen, spare me from such allies. I'm going with you. You're a hero worthy of my quill.
As for me, I know neither of these 2. At least not well enough. And I have no wish to become an unwitting pawn to an unworthy leader. If Lady Jamandi allows, I'll remain in Restov and help mend the wounds this attack has inflicted. But who knows? The road may bring me to the stolen lands, but not yet.
And again, that's kind of hinting that you don't see her again. I haven't seen her through any of my other playthroughs, but she might come in later. I'd have to look into it. But yeah, I still haven't gotten her into my party.
I don't even need to think. I'm coming with this man. As for you, Purple Toad, just wait until we meet along the way. I'll be sure to hang your rotten spy guts from the trees.
And although Amiri is also chaotic neutral, you don't have to do anything to get her in your party. She just does not like Tartuccio.
All right, we have 2 teams. To avoid unnecessary conflict on the road, you'll each take a different route to the stolen lands. Tartuccio's team will go through Navakta's crossing. The garrison commandant will provide him all the help he needs. You will take your team to Oleg Levitin's trading post. He's been complaining about the Stag Lord's bandits for a while now. There, you'll be provided with all the necessary travel supplies.
Okay, and we get some camping supplies and a signed scroll of Raised Dead. The reason why it's signed is so that you can't sell it for a high amount of coin, I would guess. You can sell it for a gold piece, you can buy it back for a gold piece. I've accidentally done that before. But we'll keep it because eventually somebody will die in this party.
Tartuccio, your words are quite convincing. But I can't afford to trust words alone. If you're really innocent, I hope you'll prove it with your deeds.
And that's the first time I've gotten that statement because she talks way differently if you actually succeed at 2 of the 3 diplomacy checks.
While you're away, Keston will investigate the night's events and learn who in Restov is working for Patox. But you should know that it isn't just Patox we need to worry about. The royal house of Sertova may also interfere in our plans. I've managed to keep this affair a secret from them so far, but that can't last long. By my estimations, you have no more than 3 months. After that, any feats you accomplish will be pointless.
And what that's hinting to is that the Aldoris, the Sword Lords, are kind of having a problem with the royal house of Sertova. And so, yeah, we gotta do this quickly and quietly, or else nothing happens.
And now, farewell. This battle was but the first ordeal along your path, and you overcame it as true champions of Restov. May the obstacles that follow also fall to your feet. Fear nothing, my friends, and return victorious.
Okay. And with that, we begin our trek into the Stolen Lands. Our game truly begins here. So, next time, we will head off to Oleg's trading post.
Surviving a terrible night, our small team set off to brave our fate. Beware, Stolen Lands. Heroes are on the way.
So yeah, next time, we'll head over to Oleg's trading post, and we'll take care of whatever mission we have to do there. So, thank you guys for joining me, as always, and I'll see you next time on Pathfinder Kingmaker.